Hello. Today I'm going to introduce three tools that I like to use in my classroom to get students engaged, get them using technology, and get them to interact with one another in the classroom activity. So the first one is Pear Deck. Peardeck.com is a resource that you can sign up for a free account, and then you can add into your Google Slides, which I use on a day-to-day basis. And what this does is it creates interactive activities that students can kind of get involved with on their phones that they have with them. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to hit add-ons once you have a Pear Deck account. Hit Pear Deck add-on, and then all of these options are going to come up on the right side of your screen. So all these options can be used at different points in the lesson. So you can have beginning of the lesson activities like bell ringers and do nows. You can have stuff that talks about student engagement that you can use for formative assessments throughout the lesson as well. And then I like to use these exit tickets at the end of the lesson as well. So once you've created a slideshow where you've added in all you wanted to add in, then you're going to hit present lesson. Once you hit present lesson, students will be on their phones and they will come in and they'll see this up on the board. All they have to do is hit joinpd.com, type in that web address, and then from there, they are going to click this code and they will be signed into the class. So once you hit start class, you'll see that this normal slideshow comes up for your students. And then as you click through, I don't get to the engagement quite yet, but eventually I'm going to add in a video that students can watch on their phones when we do it as a class. And then afterwards, I'm going to start my interactive part of the lesson. So I will ask students to respond to a claim that they saw in the video about the hero's journey. Now, for their claim, they can type right on their phones their answers to this response, which is nice because it's anonymous. It doesn't come up with the students' names, and it's instantaneous. So I'll give you an example. I'll write up a quick response. So I'll say the video claims heroes. Not the greatest response, but it's something to at least show you what it looks like. So once one response has come in, you can hit show responses. And the nice thing about this, these responses will pull up instantaneously, so create a quick discussion in your classroom. Now, when I feel like I've had enough, or I feel like maybe someone gave a really good comment, or maybe students are just starting to respond maybe too much, I can hit lock screen and that will lock all my responses. I can also remove responses if I want to, if they are inappropriate as well. So again, quick way to engage your students. They can do all that on your phone. Again, other things, you can use this for a form assessment tool where a student clicks on how they are feeling, and you can get quick responses that way as well. And then I like this as an exit ticket. There's a bunch of options for exit tickets, but again, seeing what students would say is like the most important thing from the class that day. So again, Pear Deck, a nice way to get students engaged quickly. Okay, my second tool I'm going to use for engagement in my classroom is Sketchpad. So Sketchpad is another free app that you can have students pull up right on their phones. And once they've created their free account, they can use this to do some mind mapping activities as a group. So I like this for brainstorming, especially when we have new group projects that we start in class. I like to use this as like a beginning one that students can share with me what they have done. So currently we're doing Hero's Journey projects. So I would have students create a group, and how they do that, they ask first, what is the name of the group? I'll use our mascot, the Yellow Jackets. Next, it will have you type in group members' emails, and because we have all of the same accounts for high school, it's easy for students to share that really quickly with each other. Then I hit done, and from there I can get started on my mind mapping activity. So for the mind mapping, it asks you to create a board. So if we're doing Hero's Journey, so a student can type in Hero's Journey and create a board. And this board is shared with all group members, so they can all instantaneously add in new notes, new mind mapping, circles and squares, and kind of create the discussion as they see fit. So there's a bunch of options and templates that they can use to start their discussion. I really like this mind map library one. So I'll start with my central topic, which is the hero's journey. And they'll each be assigned a different culture to discuss the hero's journey in. So let's say the Japanese culture. Okay, and then from there, a student can decide how they want to add in. Maybe they want to do, add in a new topic. So maybe they'll talk about historical heroes. That's possible. They'll just type in very quickly. Get back to main topic. There we go. And so they'll type in maybe historical heroes. But there's a bunch of options the students can use. They can create arrows. They can, the board itself is very large. They can zoom in and out. And so they can see kind of what they've come up with. I like to give students a set amount of time to play around with this, especially at first. And I just set like a 20-minute timer up on the board and let them kind of create a mind map and play around with it first time around. So that's, again, Sketchboard, nice for brainstorming and collaboration in a group. My final one, my third tool, is Quizlet. Quizlet it's been around for a while, and it's a really nice tool. I like to use this, especially when we get to like an end of the unit, and we have a lot of vocabulary that we need some review on, or maybe we're getting ready for a quiz or a test. I do weekly vocab quizzes, so I like to kind of put in time for Quizlet for about 10 minutes at the end of like a Wednesday and Thursday, so students can feel like they have enough time to prep for a vocab quiz on Friday. So what they can do once you have created a set of vocab words, students can log into their Quizlet account, and they can either do this on their own, they can create more flashcards, they can test themselves. There's a bunch of options for them to individually study. But one I really like is live. The live version gets students to work as a team to study their vocabulary. And it's all random, which is really nice, especially when I feel like maybe as a class we haven't kind of broken up and differentiated in terms of like working with new people. This is a good way to do that on a week-to-week basis. So again, once you create game and students have signed in, then they're going to type in this on their phone. So they'll type in the code in Quizlet. This kind of annoying background music comes up, but it works out fine. And basically they type in the code, and then you can start the game right away. And the games go for about 2 to 3 minutes. They're somewhat competitive, but I like that they're quick. So I can get through like maybe 3 or 4 rounds, have students feel like they had enough time to study the vocabulary and have some fun doing it. So that is my third and final tool that I would use for putting technology in the classroom to kind of get students engaged and working with some new apps. So thank you.